Yeah, so hi guys, hi peeps, it's Tess back in the school box once again. I've finished my dinner, having a drink, and I was watching a video there, Hallucinations with, what's his name, something Sachs, Hallucinations with Oliver Sacks. Um, I've got to say I loved it, I loved his talk, his discussion. I loved what he was saying about the way hallucinations affect people who aren't mad, aren't taking drugs, but the brain does hallucinate, and we can actually talk to people that are having these hallucinations and try at least to understand why the brain produces hallucinations, even in a mind that's not in a state that is predisposed towards it, as in under the influence of drugs. And I loved his story about him, what to experiment, to take drugs, to find the colour indigo. That was quite amazing, and so fortuitous that when he wanted to see indigo, he actually seen it, since it never occurred for him again, even though he sought it. But I'm kind of the mind that hallucinations have a point. I find them entertaining. I mean, in my own life, I've sought to have hallucinations. I have taken hallucinogenics in order to have hallucinations. I've found myself totally enjoying the hallucination. I've also found myself in certain trips in like a holding pattern kind of thing, where you've got like, it's like four squares of a chessboard, two black, two white, and diagonals to each other. And when you're in the white, sort of, everything's funny, what people say sound fine, nothing's, sort of dangerous or dark, everything's light and buzzy, and then you go into a period of it gets dark, you moved on to the next square, and it's sort of like a pattern with that, dark, white, dark, white, dark, white, so, and it's like it's a revolving or a waveform you're going through, up and down. When you're in the dark pattern, what people say, you can take it badly. You can see the dark side of what they're saying. Your brain starts to think of dark thoughts, And if you want to, you can run with that and go into a dark trip, a trip where there's demons and dark magic and horrible monsters and all that. I mean, I've even been in a case where I was in a house tripping the fuck out my face, and this guy that I didn't know, he was a boyfriend of an ex-girlfriend of mine. Maybe that had something to do with it. But he was a nice enough guy, but I'd never met before, and now I'm tripping and I meet this guy, and they were all tripping as well. I mean, everybody's tripping, right? Get a household of people tripping and having conversations with each other, right? But as this conversation went on, I could see this guy growing hair and he's growing fangs and pointed ears. He was turning into a werewolf before my eyes. Now I could have just went with that and thought he was a werewolf and started shouting for a silver bullet. I had more sense. I controlled my brain, and I started to just think, you're just tripping. It's just tripping. Get control of yourself. Calm down, bring it down, and then after a period of time, we went into a white sort of period of thoughts in your brain, and the werewolf aspect disappeared for the guy, and we actually got in with each other and became good friends. But I mean, this is the thing that happens with your brain. Your brain is, you're not just like set on a path, or maybe it's just me, but I have this fluctuating positive negative aspect to my being, and I think other people do too. And if all you do is just go with the good, okay, you're a happy-go-lucky, optimistic person. But if you only just go with the bad, then you're a pessimist, and you just see bad and ugliness and terror and threat in the world. Like a Republican. Oh, if it was a threat, But I believe that my mind goes through a fluctuation from one to the other. I can be talking to you and take everything light-heartedly, and then the next day we meet, and I'm just pessimistic. Oh, the world's fucking fucked. Nothing you can say is going to change. Everything you say has got a bad connotation. You can be like that. You can be in that holding pattern of your life, or you can take control of it when you're in the mood, and you know what's going on. You can take control of your mind, and you can direct it to go into a certain kind of trip. You can follow the path of least resistance, or you can fight uphill against what's going on about you and push yourself into the kind of trip you want. This is what I love about hallucinogenics and the brain, the human brain. It's an entertainment system in there. There's no wires for it. It's just there, you know. And when you take drugs that help you to let your brain become that fully functioning HD reality, feeling, smelling, touching, you know, seeing, you know, the real thing. You know, it's like you're not in a game on a computer. You're actually, life is a game. You know, your brain isn't amusing itself. Sometimes your brain tries to push you into, you know, seeing horror and you know, experiencing, you know, people's faces crack open and things, sand falls out and all that, you know. Yeah, that happens sometimes. You can talk to someone and their face just breaks up into bits and falls apart, and it's like, fuck. And you can either scream and run away, or you can laugh at it thinking my brain is completely fucked up, you know. And you know, that's what I'm saying. It's like your brain is making this shit happen, but it's not real. You've got to always remember in your brain, I'm on drugs. This is not real. This is my brain fucking with me. And you've got to run with that. You've got to accept that and run with it. As soon as you start thinking what you're seeing is real, if you know you're tripping, you know you've went over the edge of that too much. You tend to stop taking fucking drugs if you don't know when you're taking drugs, you know. And as for people who actually, you know, don't take drugs, I mean, he discussed that, or he said that schizophrenic hallucinations are a completely different thing, a whole different book. I could understand that, because they are people who totally believe what's going on, but they are totally disassociated from reality. The kind of hallucinations he's talking about is people who are just occasionally, for short periods of time, seeing hallucinations, and they still know there's a connection to reality. They understand that this is a thing that's happening, but then it's gone and they're back to normal, you know. So that's a different thing altogether than a schizophrenic who for long periods of time are totally disassociated from reality and have got no sense of the difference between them. That's why I think you'd be saying it's a completely different book. But I love fucking getting out my nut. Yeah. Knowing that you're getting out your nut, though, is one of the important things. You must remember, I'm out my nut. I mean, I've even been able to go down the road, get stopped by police officers tripping the fuck off my face and talk to them as if I was just a normal passerby. Hi sir, good evening, what are you doing here? Yeah. And tell them, you know, I'm just on my way up to some friends, I came over from Castlemont, going to visit a friend for the weekend, you know, and I'm like, fucking my eyes must have been like yawning, and they must have seen it, but I'm acting perfectly normal, you know what I mean? So what can they do? Okay sir, and they let you go. You don't have to freak the fuck out because a normal thing happened to you and you think you can't handle it. You've always got to keep in your mind, I can fucking handle this. And you deal with it. You deal with it and you go on about your life and enjoy your trip. But yeah, there's people who shouldn't take acid or mescaline, you know. But they don't know that till they take it the first time, I suppose. I don't know if there's a test you could do. There probably is, but you know, I still think everybody should at least once try to get completely fucked up, you know, and just see what your brain is doing, you know. Because I think a lot of the time, the way we see the world and what we think about things, sometimes deep down you know you don't believe it. It's just your brain fucking with you and testing you to test your will. And what that is, it's just your own brain testing you, you know what I mean, to see whether you're still you and still know where the fuck you're coming from, where you're going. And this is why I hate philosophers, you know, they give us all this bullshit, but they never really talk about reality, you know what I mean? Because all the words and all that, it's all just bullshit, possibilities, what ifs, and you know, the perfection of the word, what it means. None of it means fuck all, man, really, you know what I mean? What really matters is what you believe is true, what you can prove is true, what is actually true. That's just three main fucking things in life, you know what I mean? All the rest of it is bullshit. And I like getting fucked up and still proving to myself that I know what's fucking true. I know what's possibly true. I know what the truth is, possibly. Whatever one of the fucking things you want to take, you know what I mean? And I understand that I still control me and how I think about the world. And I'm not going to be persuaded by bullshit, You know, I think that's one of the most important things in the world, is don't be persuaded by bullshit. But I suppose then you actually need to know what's true and not bullshit in the first fucking place. Or maybe I'm just maybe I'm just too far gone. I've been stoned too many times, I've got no idea what reality is. But personally, from my personal point of view, I fucking know what reality is. I know what bullshit is. And I'm fucking fed up with too many people telling me bullshit is true. And yes, I might not have the proof to prove that the bullshit is true, but I know bullshit when I see it, and I know fucking truth when I see it. You know what I mean? We all can say that. You know what I mean? But we all know that when you get into a situation, you might not want to say to the person, you're a lying bastard, or that's bullshit. It could be a family member, your best friend, a neighbour, or a priest. It doesn't matter. A policeman. It could be fucking a judge. Anything. You know. But when someone tells you something, there's a bit in your brain that says, "Yeah, that's bullshit." You know, you can smell it, you can see it, you can taste it. It's floating in the fucking air. Big neon sign above it. Bullshit, bullshit. You know it. You know what I mean? And as far as I'm concerned, I don't care what anybody says. I can be tripping stoned the fuck out my face and still know bullshit when I see it. You know what I mean? And therefore, I know all the better when I'm fucking straight. Is what I think. You know what I mean? But that's just me, that's just my personal belief. As I say, maybe I'm burnt out, maybe I've had too many fucking, you know, brain cells burned out by alcohol and drugs. But personally, I believe deep within myself that what I'm saying is true for me, if not for you. You have to find your own truth, is what I'm saying, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You have to find your own truth. But someday, if you ever meet me and we're fucked up our brain or just pissed up or even sober, we can at least sit and have a conversation and agree what we believe, what we don't believe, what's bullshit, and what's stuff that we might not like, but we know it's the truth. You know what I mean? Because not everything that's true needs to be something you like. There can be truths that you fucking hate, but it's still the truth. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying, you know. And there's bullshit you'd love to like, no, but because you like it doesn't mean that bullshit is any more or any less than the bullshit of the other stuff you don't like, you know. So yeah, I think I'm starting to grab it now. So I'll just say, stand you fucking bad motherfuckers, get out there and get yourself fucked up. Have a little play with yourself in your mind, because your mind is very good at that shit. You know what I mean? And see if you can trick yourself into believing bullshit for a little while, because that's entertainment. That's entertainment. You know what I mean? So go out there and enjoy life. You know what I mean? And don't let anybody put you down for what you think, what you believe. You know what I mean? But take on board that what you believe might be bullshit. Maybe it's worth a second look. Maybe it's worth a second look what you actually believe, and whether it actually stands the fucking bullshit test. You know what I mean? That's why you fucking bad.